Watch me build this awesome gaming PC. I have been wanting to do this for 5 years and never got the chance to do it until now. Everything in this build cost almost $1,300. This PC build was inspired by Joey Delgado's video of this PC build on his YouTube channel called Creator. Some parts I got are different, but I will go over every part in this build, along with how to set them up, where to plug in each power supply and case cable, managing the cables, and how to set up the computer post-build. This first part is the Gigabyte A5201 AC motherboard costing $109.99. It comes with a Wi-Fi antenna, I/O shield, and necessary cables. And yes, I am wearing nitrile gloves to prevent static electricity. To install the CPU, we will lift the CPU lever on the motherboard. We will be using the AMD Ryzen 7 5800 X3D CPU. Make sure when installing the CPU to align the arrow of the chip to the arrow on the motherboard. Carefully drop the CPU in the CPU slot. Do not push down on the CPU or it will bend the metal pins. After the CPU is in the slot, push the lever back down to secure the CPU. Next part is the Corsair Vengeance RAM. I got two 16GB RAM sticks. Insert the RAM sticks in their slots until you hear a click, then lift the levers to secure the RAM. Next is the Western Digital 2TB SSD. Unscrew the screw for the SSD. Then insert the SSD in its slot at an angle, push down and screw it into place. Now the tricky part. Unscrew the CPU fan plates on the front. Next, squeeze a pea-sized amount of thermal paste on the CPU. Carefully put the Noctua NH CPU cooler on the CPU and lift the motherboard upside down and screw in the plate to the back of the motherboard. The case we are using today is an aluminum ITX mini case, literally the size of an Xbox One S. The power supply is the Silverstone FX 600 watt. Let's go ahead and install the I/O shield. Before putting the motherboard in the case, connect the PCIe 3.0 cable to the motherboard and slide it through the back of the case while putting the motherboard in the case. I apologize, but I was not able to film installing the graphics card or the cables, but I will show you where to plug in each cable. So this is the cable management on the GPU side of the case. The 4-slot PCIe cable connects to the GPU before installing the GPU. This powers the graphics card. This is the cable management on the CPU motherboard side. Plug the 24-pin cable into the motherboard. This powers the motherboard. Next, plug in the JFP1 cables to the motherboard. This powers the power button. Plug the power LED positive first, power LED negative second, and power SW in the third and fourth slot. Next, plug the USB 3 cable. This connects the USB port to the motherboard. The two cables to connect on the top right are as follows. The 4-slot CPU cable that powers the CPU and the CPU fan cable below that, which powers the CPU fan. We are finally done building the PC. Now we will go ahead and power the computer and install Windows 11. Also plug this antenna to the computer in their gold slots. This will help connect the PC to Wi-Fi without Ethernet cable. Before powering the computer, plug a USB flash drive with Windows 11 installed on the drive. Turn on the PC and it will boot up to the motherboard asking to reset the FTPM. Hit Y to select yes. After resetting FTPM, you can install Windows 11. The reason for resetting the FTPM is so that the computer can install Windows 11 with no problem. After basic setup, you can go ahead and set up a Microsoft account on the computer. After logging into the computer, go to the Gigabyte App Center and install all necessary drivers like chipset, audio, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, LANs, BIOS, and all necessary drivers. After all drivers are installed, go to the NVIDIA website, look up the GPU used for this computer, which is the RTX 4060 8GB Solo. Select GeForce Game Ready driver before download. The driver will download and then you can open the file and install the graphics driver. Once the driver is installed, the screen will look like an actual gaming PC rather than an old Windows 7 computer. After the graphics driver is installed, we need to make sure the RAM is performing at its highest. Restart the computer, and as it's restarting, repeatedly hit the delete button on the keyboard to boot up to the BIOS. Make sure to not turn off the PC or lose power while in BIOS, or the motherboard will not work again and you'll have to return the motherboard to the manufacturer to get it fixed. Once you're in the BIOS, click on Advanced Mode, click on Tweaker, click Extreme Memory Profile, and select Profile 1. Afterward, go to Save and Exit, click Save and Exit Setup, and it'll ask Save Configuration and Setup, and you'll click Yes. Your PC will restart afterward. Congratulations, you now have a fully functioning gaming PC, and now you can start playing games. This video was inspired by Joey Delgado's build on this PC. If you want to look up more details on each computer part used in this video, go to Joey Delgado's YouTube channel called Creator and look up the video called RTX 4060 Mini-ITX Gaming PC Build $1,000. In the description, you'll see links to the parts, drivers, and a tutorial on how to install Windows 11 on a flash drive. Give Joey Delgado some love and subscribe to his YouTube channel. As for me, thank you all so much for watching. You don't know how much this means to me of you guys being here. We are at 62 followers on TikTok, which isn't a lot, but it's the most subscribers I've had on TikTok or anywhere. And I want it to keep growing into something better. I'm going to keep posting as much as I can. And I just want to say, thank you.